Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Prisma, and today we're doing another run of Slay the Spire. Why not? I'm enjoying playing again. I'm going to do the Silent, which I've had a lot of experience playing the Silent. If we're going through like all the classes, it's probably my best class, and we actually get a normal start this time round. Next few enemies have 1 HP, that is great. And what we want to do is see if we can get a free 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we might get a free boss fight. 1, 2. Okay, we're going to try and take the free elite fight if we can. We try to get lucky 3 times. So let's go. So yeah, I've had like quite a lot of ridiculous runs for the Silent. All of these will actually skip. Like, I'm not a fan of them. I feel like with the Silent, you tend to need like immediate damage. Yeah, 10 block at the start, great. We'll move a card from my deck. We'll take out a strike for now, because why not? Keep the defensive stuff going. And you tend to want to try and keep like a very minimal deck. I took out a strike there because we got the neutralize, so technically that works as a card. Blade Dance is pretty good actually, like to generate like 3 hits or something. And we get lucky? No, we do not. Shame. Real shame. Enhanced steel for plated armor. See, 1,000 cuts, exactly the card I was looking for there. A way just to repeatedly do damage to everything and get some AoE in if we can get it off straight away. I forget which one you're meant to hit first on this, and I think it's the front one. Like there's an order you're meant to do stuff in. And I'm already fully defended, so there's no point doing anything else. We'll just do that, and yeah. And I'll take the plated armor just because of the fact that it will add up. Because it means now, like, I only need to kill one of these off, and then just one defend will always defend me every turn. At least that is the plan. And this is why I like Blade Dance so much. Just 12 damage like that, that's absolutely great. I have to Survivor here. To make sure I do it, we'll just toss that away as well. And defend. So the fact that this is 17, I do lose 1 and take some damage, but that's fine. And we should be able to kill this off this turn. In theory. Then we defend, and we just got to try and deal with the rest of these 2. I'm playing 1,000 cuts there because it's just going to help like defend to deal more damage in the long run. And between that and that means I get 1 extra damage on every card I play, so every card is like +1. Just toss that for now. But yeah, I've been chilling out, been busy with work, all the usual stuff. Of course, I just get like full hand of days straight away. So yeah, although I've been kind of like frustrated with, man, that's so unlucky. I've been frustrated with just, like every time I'm watching like a video or stuff like that, the adverts on the online ones are absolutely ridiculous. And I do mean ridiculous. Just toss that away. Because what am I seeing at the moment constantly? So there's the same guy repeatedly, or the same guy on repeat, that advertises a very particular AFK game. And as he describes it in this very obnoxiously bureaucratic name and way of things, not necessarily his fault, more like what the lawyers told him to say. You can tell that he's literally reading it from the script on the other screen he has. Crippling Cloud is actually pretty good, like the weakness plus that, and the poison adding on is pretty good. Bouncing Flask, I kind of like Bouncing Flask because it just adds up poison really good, especially against bosses. It's pretty amazing. So we'll pick that up. Yeah, gain gold, lose 11 HP. I've taken way too much damage. I need to go to heal at some point. We get full defense, so at this point we'll just go Bouncing Flask into a Blade Dance. Neutralize, strike, and defend. Just because I wasn't going to kill them off, so. But they die next turn. In theory. There we go. Done. Die to the poison. It's kind of why I like, as I said like in other videos, I'm a massive fan of poison builds. Deflect is actually pretty good for 0, just free defense. Plus I've got lots of way to draw cards and stuff. It could be interesting. Extra poison I don't have the energy for just yet, so we'll leave it. I would like to go here, so I can maybe get a heal. So that's what we'll do. Oh, cool. 3 free damage every turn. Don't knock it. I only need to, like, neutralize to kind of fully defend. Man, that's a lot of poison just on one enemy. So I'll just set that one up to die. It is the best solution I can come up with there. The Frail isn't great, but that normally, yeah, defends in the second turn, so that is fine. No point defending. This is kind of why I like deflect and stuff like that, because you can just play it, toss 1,000 cuts out, and we're fully defended. But yeah, it literally looks like they're reading off a script. And then you got the other version of it where it's like, you know, they're all gotcha games, and I find them absolutely hilarious in the sense where it's like, oh, I can't believe my luck. Kind of like, yeah, I bet you really got that level of good luck when you're playing a game for money. Like, they paid you to make this advert. Of course, you're going to have better luck than everyone else that I know. Backflip is brilliant. We'll rest here rather than Smith, because I do need the extra HP. And we'll take maybe our second elite on, I think. Ooh, shop. Oh, ice cream is so good. But I can't. Blur, I'll take that. Could take Noxious Fumes just to help stack up poison as a power to go on there. What we got, whenever you shuffle your draw pile, gain 6 block. Whenever you use potion, heal 5 HP. That is really good. Like, this is huge, and I'm going to have loads of potions. At least that's my plan. So I'm literally going to use like one straight away on this boss fight anyway. Bouncing Flask. And set up a Blur. Because that will now keep this 15 for next turn. This wakes up, takes the first amount of damage. I could have used like an energy potion, but No point. Might as well wait until they do something big, and then they have to kind of deal with it. So I don't need to do anything else. Technically I could just backflip or throw weakness, but we'll backflip just to see if we can get like a strike or something. Deflect up as well. So this is where I kind of like Bouncing Flask so much, because of just the repetitive damage that I can set up on foes and stuff like that, and Teamwork's poison is useful. We'll apply the weakness. I heal for 5 because the plane. The Orthrocopter. And we'll do this. Blur, defend. Like, the healing I get off this is going to be so good, because I'm going to get, like, at least, like, a potion every time I use it. It's nice that I've got the Bouncing Flask to stack poison up. Deflect, because that gives me enough block, then we just shiv. Because it's a way of dealing damage without having to worry about it. It's kind of like why I like the Poison Dagger and the Poison build so much. Just the entertainment that you can get from a build like that. And neutralize again, apply the weakness, shiv, 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 and they're dead. And look at that. We couldn't fully block that, but they're dead anyway. Not bad. We gain 5 life. And Kunai, every time you play 3 attacks, gain 1 dex. Which will help me defend stuff. Leg sweep is nice. Applying weaken block. I do like it. Caltrops is kind of meh. Like, I mean, it's not bad for retaliation damage. Deadly Poison would seem like a good card, 5 poison, but I can't repeatedly do it to a lot of things. That's why I prefer the potion. I'll take the Caltrops. Like, if we're going a defensive build anyway, them taking damage when they hit me is pretty good, so multi-attacks can be something that's a real problem. We'll take the Dex Potion. And I will toss the Energy Potion to get the Poison Potion. And here, I will Smith. Like, 1,000 cuts, dealing 2 damage a turn is pretty good. Getting 4 shivs is pretty good as well. Caltrops, getting 5, no. But as we normally go for like one-on-one boss fights, it's an interesting thing to get the Bouncing Flask up as well. Because some of the time I'm not going to have the chance to get the 1,000 cuts up. Although that does kind of double my damage output if I do. But I'll be Bouncing Flask quite a lot, so. Bouncing Flask in my head it is. So a free turn first. Let's backflip before we do anything. And we get a Bouncing Flask, so let's go. To our poison. Followed by 6 more poison, and then give me 2 dex, because I feel like having it. So this is a boss fight where they do multi-attack. They normally, yeah, big multi-attack first. So do this, so we at least take a little bit less damage. Toss that away, because I don't really want to get anything else, and then defend. I'm at 28, I'm going to take 10. We'll apply the weakness. So I take 18, I heal up, and they're going to take 18 back. Caltrop was a really good purchase. Well, 1,000 cuts into deflect, which they take 1, neutralize. This is why I love this silent. There's so many different ways to kind of get a cumulative damage on things, so longer fights tend to have a far bigger impact. And then that gives me another dex, so I scale my dex every turn. We'll blur to get some defense up, and then we'll survivor. Toss that away, we gain more defense. They take 6 damage, they try to deal 6 to us. We keep the rest of the block for the next turn. We'll backflip into Bouncing Flask. 26 poison is huge. But yeah, I get really annoyed by those adverts because they're clearly just like 100% fake, and it's starting to... like, the amount of times I see them is just hilarious. We'll defend up here because the burn. And it's always like the same person as well. And in some cases, like, I've seen them kind of use people's likenesses in all sorts of other ways. Like the fake Pokemon adverts. They're great. They're absolutely hilarious. The fact that even YouTube allows them to exist clearly shows they have... they just do not care about people's copyright. And everyone's probably seen that video of like the fake Pokemon stuff or something like that if you kind of watch any form of content like this. Envenom's pretty good. The upgrade is what I want though. So I'm drawing cards. One card. Yeah, Tools of the Trade is actually not bad. Because that will give me at least 3 block every turn. I discard something. And I get to draw an extra card, so it gets me to filter my deck a little bit. And Venom is so good to stack up poison though. Because of the shivs. Does require me to take a turn to upgrade it. I'm taking a Venom. It's just no way to get more poison. Can no longer smith is terrible. Game 1 turn to start your turn. Future card rolls 2 less cards. I can no longer rest. No longer resting isn't that bad if I'm going to be smithing anyway. 2 less choices. I kind of want choices, so yeah, we'll take the coffee dripper. Sorry. Coffee dripper. My brain is fried. And an early shot with the gold is worth it. Even if I do kind of lose out on other stuff. This is kind of why I like Envenom. Because I can do this, and now... oh no, I gotta wait until I can get past the defense, but still. We get to keep this block, so it's good enough. Deflect, backflip, cattle shops, into a blade dance. We now scale our decks. This is such a good pick up the kunai straight away. Like, actually, a blade dance is 1 dex. Neutralize first. I can't get the 1,000 cuts off, so that's going to be tossed this turn anyway. We'll defend. And then Bouncing Flask. Again, this is one of the reasons why I like poison builds, because they just get through things like the block all the time. Blur. Survivor. Into Blade Dance. 1, 2, 3. Into Defend. Maybe they still will take time to die, but still. Oh, there we go. Never mind. And we would have fully defended anyway. Yeah. Poison Potion, that's great. Sweep the leg, backflip. Taking the backflip. Sweep the leg plus, though. Like, dodge roll's nice. But backflip gives me options, allows me to go through my deck, so I can't really pass it up. I do want to remove lots of cards. Oh, so this is... do we get it at the top? No, we do not. We'll deflect first. Should have actually Blade Dance first, to be honest. Just gives me more decks every turn. Envenom or 1,000 cuts. 1,000 cuts is the more efficient play, because if I plan to defend every turn anyway, like at least I'm going to be dealing damage while I defend. The other turn, just to envenom, I need to still attack them, which doesn't really work the way I want it to. So now we blur. Deals damage to everything. We'll now block. Kill that one off because I don't want to deal with it. So I want to get this one down next turn if I can, so if I can hit it 3 times, that is what the plan will be. Which we can't do, so we'll neutralise it. Play the Caltrops. Defend, defend, into a Survivor. They should die to the Caltrops. And yeah, this is pretty much the fight I was thinking of when I picked up the Caltrops. This is the reason why I wanted to deal with it this way. Not that it really makes much difference when you get to a certain point. This is a more efficient way to deal with certain ones. Choke isn't bad, but I'll skip that. Into a shop. We want to get rid of a card. I want to take out, in this case, a defend, because we've got quite a lot of other defends. Getting a shiv would be interesting. I don't need any more of these. Start with 3 thorns. That's actually really good. When you pick an enemy's block, apply 2 vulnerable. Take the bronze scales. Like, having thorns to start off with, plus in the Caltrops, is just pretty good sort of multi-attack tools. Because they're going to punish them like really well. Ooh, I get to take a mask. I would just gain the gold, please. I never gamble. Another shop, nice. Don't have the gold for anything important. I would love to pick this up. The Caltrops outmaneuver. It's pretty good, actually. Like, it allows me to, if I'm already, like, sorted for a turn, to gain energy for the next turn to have an impact. I would love to get that, though. Although I should go for a poison potion with what's coming up. I think I should buy a poison potion. Don't need to heal, I'm alright, and we can't anyway, so that is fine. The Envenom, being for 1, is really important here. We'll proceed, and then fight the boss fight. One of the worst boss fights for me. I want to kill this thing off first if I can. So we'll just stack the poison up on them. Caltrops isn't that important here. So we'll go 1000 cuts. Because this will deal damage to everything and add extra bit of chip damage. And then we'll defend, try and save as much life as possible. Because I've already got the 3 thorns, I don't need to add 3 more thorns. The main thing I want to do is kill this off before I have a chance to throw the net. So this is like knowledge of the game that's kind of helping me out here. So they're dead now next turn, so I don't need to worry about them. So we get a cheeky Envenom in here. Because I'm going to have the mana for it anyway. We'll deflect, we'll defend again, and then we'll try and start taking the first one off. And now look at that, 1 poison every turn, at least on them. Like, the wounds from this guy are annoying, but I find I can deal with those more efficiently than anything else, so I'll try and kill this one off. Backflip. Backflipping is the same as defending. Probably should have survived it instead, but you know. That's dead next turn. Now we just focus on this one. Oh, it's dead that turn. Caltrops, backflip, blur. Survivor into the wound, into a deflect. This is probably one of the most difficult boss fights if you ever get them straight away, the whole Taskmaster trio stuff, like... Just because the fact that they come so early on in some cases, it can be really hard to deal with. Discard your hand, draw that many cards. Actually, that does give me a good amount of block, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll pick up a calculated gamble. And again, we've got the stone calendar again. Got that in the last run. Never actually triggered. Ooh, Snecko. So set this up first. Bouncing Flask. Very important. Caltrops. And then just an attack. The poison to get it onto the Caltrops to make sure that once they start dealing damage, they're at least going to return damage. And then the confusion hits, so we're probably not going to get to play what we want all the time. I guess I'll blur into defend, into a neutralize. This will trigger, I probably think, and get the kill for me. Oh. 1,000 cuts. A free envenom. Backflip, because why not? Strike. Into Survivor. Toss a calculated gamble. Didn't quite fully block. But still. We're dealing damage. Deflect. Into a calculated gamble. Bouncing Flask. Because at this point I want to kill this off in a couple of turns if I can. I take a bit of damage in return for it, but again, this is a fight that I'm not favourite in, so I don't mind taking a bit more damage than normal to kind of finish it quicker. Skewer, I don't really have that much energy generation. Wildlife Plans is kind of nice if I want to keep a card, which could be pretty important. I'm getting a lot of powers, so I have to be very careful of the end boss of this, depending what it is. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage. Nice. Into a shop. This shop I probably can't buy anything either, but we'll have a little look anyway. And... applying 3 vulnerable. We'll take an attack potion. Again, it's 5 life for me as well, so that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Ah, this is brilliant. Can I get more attack up first? No. So, Caltrops, play the Wildlife Plans, into a deflect, so now we're fully defended, and then we'll just poison them. Retain a card, retain the backflip, because I want to make sure that I keep defense. This again was a boss fight that I was watching out for with the Caltrop pickup. So, blur, defend, defend. Could calculate a gamble here, but I'll just put 1 backflip in. Neutralize as well, so deal less damage. And then we'll hold on to a backflip. Because they ramp up their hits on repeat constantly, so it's always nice to be able to just go, ah, you don't get to do anything. So we'll backflip here to draw cards, get defense. We'll Blade Dance here, because that helps build up more defense. Toss the 1,000 cuts. And I am fully defended, so we'll just envenom. And then we hold on to a defend for next turn. And there we go. So, defend. I am mucking this up massively, because I could have actually maybe survived all this damage. Onto the strike. With, like, taking no damage. But look at that. That's why I like the Caltrops so much. Like, it does trivial some fights. Start of each combat, draw additional 2 cards. Bag preparation, nice. Strength potion. And another Blade Dance. I'll pick that up. Going to another shop, I can't do much, so I'll go here. Don't need to really heal, because I've got like 10 life in my hand already. Now, what do we do here? Tips 2 cards while they plant. Yes, please. Just a little bit better. Improves the chances of me keeping cards that I'm going to find a little bit more useful. So here, nothing bad can really happen, but we've got to kill one of these off first. If we can. Apply the poison to whatever happens. Use the Blade Dance, try and kill this thing off first if we can. And Blur to maintain some block. Do we get a free attack card? Let's just drink this to get a free attack card. I would love to have that earlier. We'll just take a slice. Because it'll be free for later as well. All I need now is just a way to kind of either like keep my entire hand or to draw extra cards per turn. I still kill that off anyway, so there's no point worrying about that with the Envenom. And Envenom won't go through this either, so playing it is not that great. I only get 3 block, but I do get to draw 2 cards. I'm already fully blocked anyway, so we'll just do that. Deflect, defend. Power and strength don't really matter at the moment. Or strength doesn't matter, so I'll say that for a boss fight. We'll toss the strike. Just play both of these. I take some damage, but like again, like I need something to get through this defense, otherwise it's not that great. Again, I forget to play the shivs first. Defend, attack. Might as well retain it. No harm in keeping a strike to more damage. A black flip into a survivor, toss the strike, slice them, calculate a gamble it into a bouncing flask. And deflect. So they're dead next turn. Like, that's what you're looking for, is that bouncing flask on this. Like, once you get it down, like, the second time, by itself, like, they will kill themselves off. Ooh, add 3 shivs to my starting hand, and my hand. And more shivs. Oh, do I take a dagger throw here? No, every time I play a shiv, it does scale my decks. So the Blade Storms are really useful in that sense. The Blade Dance, sorry. I can't play this first, because I've got way too many cards in hand. I guess we'll tap the middle cultist, because I've got the poison on them anyway. And we'll save a backflip, and we'll save a defend. Just if I feel like I'm going to need those more. So this is one where I want the 1,000 cuts. And we'll backflip first. Nah, toss the Envenom, I don't need that just yet. Extra Caltrops is pretty useful. And then we'll Blur, because that'll give me 6 block for next turn. Again, keeping those 2. So yeah, when I was talking about like I got too many powers in the deck, like if we come against the boss we did in the last run, that's where this deck is gonna kind of fail as such. Hit that first. Get more decks. We'll backflip to get that defense up. That's dead anyway. We need to at least block for enough. Which we should do with the other defend in hand. And keep the block. I'll keep the calculated gamble as well, I think. No attacks. Backflip first then. Neutralize. Play Survivor. Deflect. Blur. Defend. End turn. Keep both of those. The blur means I'm going to keep all the block for next turn. And just play Bouncing Flask. We're done. There is no need to worry. Panic averted. Flying Knee. It's not bad of a card, but none of these are any good. For each attack played this turn, finisher. It would be interesting if I was a full Shiv deck, but I'm not. 1,000 Cuts getting an upgrade. The other Blade Dance. A backflip. Getting the 1,000 Cuts to get an upgrade is pretty important now, because I'm going to come against things that can be a lot more wide than they are single. So I need a way to deal with those. Set the Caltrops up first. We'll deflect anyway. It's into backflip. We get the Envenom, which kind of I was looking forward to setting up. It was that and the blur I kind of wanted. So 2 power set up and ready to go. Could do the Shivs, but I want the Shivs to try and kill these things off, as well as the Envenom to be useful. So this is kind of where I will start drinking them. Because this helps get rid of the artifact on them to begin with. Play plans. Another Shiv. Into a backflip. Hopefully get more defense. We do not. If I Blade Dance here, now I'm taking 14, 6, 22, at 6, which that is for 16. So I need these 5 cards to defend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I shouldn't actually. I should just discard everything. I really should have drank the Strength Potion, but I'll even save it. Retain 2 cards. Blur, backflip. My Bouncing Flask is now gone. We're now Shiv you, so we can at least do something about that. Deflect. Backflip. Into a Blade Dance. Nice. That now should be dead next turn, so we don't need to worry about it afterwards, so we can start working on this one. We'll Survivor to get the defense up. We'll then Blur, because I'd rather do that now. I'll keep both of those. I get the Bouncing Flask backlit because the death it caused by itself, so. Ooh, a backflip. Not bad. I'm already kind of fully defended in a way, so I don't need to worry too much. We'll attack here. Advancing Flask. Into Blade Dance. And then just defend once. And we're done. Keep a defend. And a strike. Like, I always like these kind of taking a card away from me because it means I have a chance to gain it back later. So that's dead, so we get it back for the next turn if I want it. Shiv. Shiv. Strike. I don't have Blur, so defending here is absolutely pointless. So I will keep the Deflect and the Survivor because they're the most defense I have. With them doing this turn, I'm expecting like a really big attack coming. There it is. So I want to defend as much as I can. The Neutralize is great to start off with, so that weakens them a little bit. And then a Blade Dance to at least scale my decks. I'll also use them all as well. A Deflect into a Defend. We will backflip to get more cards if we can. Blur is not what we need right now for this turn. And we're already fully defended. So keep the Blade Dance. I don't need to defend, so we'll toss that as well. Fully defended the Hyper Beam. Now they're stunned, so it's great. Full on poison. Attack. Into a Blade Dance. We'll onto a backflip, but that's what I care about. We'll toss the rest of them. Yeah, and we'll just work our way through a boss fight. Let's have a Blade Dance then. Like, we really are stacking poison on this. Into Blur. We're already fully defended now. And they should be dead. Not bad. An attack potion, we get to keep the strength potion, we get a full heal. Wraith form is terrible. But gain a random potion. All tools of the trade. Give me a random potion. And more energy would be nice. So one potion, raise max, retain a card and upgrade a card, or I just lose the ability to know what my opponents are doing. I'm not good with this, but you can actually know what your opponent's doing per turn based upon the cycle, so this doesn't actually really matter if you're good at the game. I am not. Elites drops like extra relics seems kind of good, but I might not be playing as many elites now, so I don't really want to be taking this. So I'll take the tiny house. Like 50 gold could get me some decent things. Extra HP is always nice, and upgrading a card for free and the potion is always useful. And upgrade the survivor, so that was really good. 50 gold, a speed potion, which is nice for a turn. And the card we got was something that I'm not really a fan of, but Slice is a free damage card. So I'll pick it up. Free damage cards are things to always watch out for. So either I go down here, face one boss fight, maybe go for 2 or 3 boss fights. Ooh, interesting. So that's a pretty good elite path if we want it. So is this, but then we don't get a shop if we go that way. Could get a shop and then get less elites. There's an early elite fight, which we've got to watch out for. Or we go this route, get the shop, the elite, some mystery ones, a few different upgrades maybe. But then there's more fights to start off with if we go that way, but we'll just go this way and go that way through. And here go the Thorn guys. one of the enemies I was never a fan of, but should have played that first. That's why I kind of like the Caltrops and the 1000 Cuts, because I can still do damage to them without having to worry about anything else. I like the Strength Potion. Like, the weakest one here is probably the Dexterity Potion, because it only works for a turn. But there are ways to get around this. Like, it can be a really good card. Just kill it off. Defend. Deflect. Shiv you, I take a bit of damage. And we'll halt. This is what I mean by, like, I hate these particular minions, because I always deal damage constantly. And I like Shiv decks and Poison decks and stuff like that, so... defend. Defend. Play the Blade Dance. And we should kill it off without taking any damage as retaliation. Skill Potion. Technically better than a Dex one. Should have drank that, but it doesn't make a difference. Acrobatics I quite like, so we'll pick that up. Go for the Mystery. Remove a card from my deck, please. We'll remove a Defend, I think. So I should have a lot of defensive cards now. Plus with the Acrobatics, yeah. And the backflips and stuff like that. I need ways to make sure I keep getting my other cards. Okay. So, slice, attack, attack. A Wale Plans into a strike. I will use the attack potion here. And all that attack. And that way we'll keep the block and the deflects for next turn. Trying to kill all these off again is going to be a very annoying process. Yeah, a very annoying process indeed, but the 1000 Cuts will help with that. But I can't really do that without having to take damage in response to that. Interesting. Guess we'll do the shivs again. Deflect. Defend. 1000 Cuts and backflip. Didn't quite fully defend, but this dies on its turn, so doesn't really get stunned, I don't think, and the thing will trigger next turn. This turn we can go 1000 Cuts into a Neutralize, a Blur, and Caltrops just to help out with what's going on. Hold that, and the poison. Now got to focus on this for next turn if we can. So, Envenom into a Blade Dance. Now I could Shiv, but I should attack first, because it gets rid of the armor and still deals the poison damage, which is kind of what I'm looking forward to trying to do. Then we calculate a gamble, which will deal 2 damage. And I didn't get an attack. Very annoying. Obtain a random potion, please. What are you? Skill for 0. That's fine. Poison you. I got an extra potion, so I was happy to use that one there, just to make sure I finished that without going too far. I know it's kind of a waste, but still. Escape plan's pretty good. But I like Poison Stab. Deals damage and poison, which one is always useful. Into a store, let's go. Have some gold to spend. My first one off is to remove an attack. Starting combat with extra dex. It's pretty good. Yeah. Gimmick fight. So every time this takes damage, it actually reduces its own, essentially. And 1,000 cuts, just to kind of get that going. This thing will eventually die, like, really quickly, so there's nothing really to worry about too much on it. But as much damage as I deal is how much it kind of takes away from the minion itself. So that's why, like, poison and stuff is really good, and just playing cards in general. Now we will poison it. Because it'll take the poison, it will reduce its damage again, it does no damage, and I'm alright. Bouncing Flask is pretty good. To a Shiv. Chain. You're a poisonous Shiv deck. Deflect. Into a backflip. Do I play a weakness? Nah, I just accept the damage. Keep that. Keep the block. Don't worry about the acrobatics for the moment. Want to upgrade that if I can. No. So, Slay Dance. And the poison is really good. Admittedly, I should have gone in Venom first on this, but, you know. Best laid plans and all that. And we'll go Blur. They take 20, we take no damage. Keep that in the strike. Now, almost done. Last turn. So, neutralize. Acrobatics. Toss this. They're just normal defend. So you get, like, all these actually technically deal 5 damage, which is hilarious with the Shivs, but they actually deal more because of the way that the poison scales now. And the fact that I gain so much block with the kunais and stuff as well is really good. And it blows itself up. Ooh, another blur. Really good. Really good. I want to get as many blurs as I can so I can actually kind of chain them. So it's something to watch out for. Caltrops. Into the blur. Because I do have a Blade Dance, my mistake. And here, I might as well just, like, calculate a gamble after I, like, alchemize something. What do we get? Gain Thorns. Interesting. Will Thorns help this mode? It will. We'll drink them. The intangible is really annoying to deal with, but at least I'll take damage back for it. So we'll blur again. We'll do the Shiv stuff. We'll backflip. Do we envenom here? Yeah. I'm already fully defended, so there's nothing else to worry about. At least this way I can stack some poison on them when I attack. If I get to attack, that is. Neutralize them first, because I will do that, then backflip. Into a bunch of shivs, into a deflect. Playing the wildlife plans doesn't matter here, so we're just bouncing fast them. I'm going to take a bit of damage for it in return, but at least this adds more poison. I might get the fight finished sooner. I mean, I could have thrown a weakness potion or something like that, but they're already weak enough as it is, because they take 40% difference, so I reduce their attack by quite a lot. And here we just want to basically stack up all the shivs we can, because that adds the poison. Doesn't stop the intangible, but what it does do... Hang on, cool, blur. 1000 cuts goes. Slice, blur. This is going to make sure that they eventually do have a problem dealing with everything. Into the blur. Into that. Into the bouncing flask. Because it stacks it up so much that at least then, like, when they do take damage, they're literally going to end up dying because of it. I would do is hit them twice this turn. Or once, sorry. I should play a card. War Paint, upgrade 2 random skills. Could have been worse. Attack Potion. I'll take the Adrenaline here. I will take that. Ooh. Spire Growth, not my favourite. Envenom. Blur. Deflect. Neutralize. Do a blur. That way I can keep as much as my block as possible. I'm going to take like 10 per turn, it's a nightmare. Backflip. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll calculate a gamble here. Ooh, into Adrenaline. Don't need to alchemize. This is actually a tough fight, so I'll do this and we'll gain Finisher. Yeah, it's pretty good here. I play 5 attacks. Alchemize. I want to finish this fight quickly because of the constrict. And backflip. Into Blade Dance. And this should now be enough damage to finish it. That fight can be really a problem if you don't have enough defense. Another backflip. Dexterity is really good, but I scale that anyway. Another backflip though, I might be drawing too many cards. Here we go, bouncing flash straight away. Get a blur. Set the Caltrops up. Don't need to deflect, but I'll draw 2 cards, see what I get. Poison. The poison is more important when defend, because that's all I need for this turn. Then we should attack with everything. We got 2 decks out of that. So that should actually counter out some of the original weakness that we got. Wale plans to kind of have that, do that. We'll toss the Calculate Gamble because I don't need that. Neutralize, should have been Venom first, but that's fine. Single defend. Keep both of those. Okay. Blade Dance first. Into a backflip. Didn't get what we wanted again. That's annoying. We'll then Survivor, tossing the 1,000 cuts away. Into a Blur. We are now fully defended. Keep the Poison Stab, keep the Strike. Because we're going to try and do as much damage as possible now. Keep both of those. That's right. We just chip away at my opponent's entire life total. And so we'll just straight up defend and blur, and we've practically stopped the entire turn. I do need to defend again. I would like to get the poison off, but it's not going to happen, so... And hold on to those two. This is why I love the silent, just like, even with the randomness of the cards that I've got, I've actually like created a really good way of like defending myself plus dealing damage. I'll backflip first here. Slice, get the deflect in, get more poison. I think 44, so I should defend again. And then strike. But they're dead anyway. Oh, and yeah, I forget that triggers. Another Blade Dance. Yeah. Like once the Envenom's on, it's really good for those as well. Gremlin Horn. Pick it up. Pray, get some gold. Not a pray. Like, even if I don't use the gold, it's still worth it. Now more Smith. And what do they want to Smith? I think the no. The Adrenaline, because 2 energy is a lot better first. Just that means that one turn is really useful for me. We'll go this way. A random event could be really useful or absolutely terrible. And it's absolutely terrible. Guess we'll just Envenom first. Neutralize you because I don't like you dealing damage to me. Set the Caltrops up because it's worthwhile. Deal some poison damage. Deflect because why not at this point. And then just deal a bit more damage. Just survive for like 7 turns and they all die anyway. That's dead eventually now. I don't need to worry about that. Guess we'll just defend and defend. Extra energy. The thorns are the problem here. But we get a bouncing flask, so that's pretty good. Use the adrenaline, because I might as well at this point. I'm not taking any damage from them, so using a slice on a strike isn't that bad, but I'd rather use one of the weakest one. I can't carry anything else over. Use the Alchemize to draw 3 cards, okay. This is where I don't like the shivs, because they have thorns and I can take a lot of damage back for it. 1,000 cuts. Wildlife plans. Into blur. Keep the strike. Not that I'm going to use it, but could be a card that's worthwhile. Well done, you played yourself. And then bouncing strike. Bouncing flask. Pretty good. Again, it's why I like the poison stuff, because they don't actually deal damage, because they class as skills, not attacks, so you just play around them. Another blur. The only reason I like the blurs at the moment is because we'll confirm that to get 4 cards rather than just the 3. Is because it maintains my block every turn. So they are something where I will sit there and try and play them as much as possible. 1,000 cuts. Slice. Into a drill in. Set the poison up. Shoot while they plan strike. No, I'd have to go while they plans, then use at least 1 blade dance. Because what I want to do is keep a blur and a blade dance. Which was a blade dance plus, but you know. Beggars can't be choosers. This wet envenom is really useful. Neutralize. Into a strike. Into a backflip. And deflect does at least deal with that, and keep the blur into a blade dance. But yeah, I've been chilling really. Like, I'm busy with work and everything else, and there's other problems that are going on that side of stuff, but you know, there isn't much I can do about it for now. You know, issues with work are always going to be issues regardless if I want them to be or not. I can always keep a blur, we can always strike again, we're fully defended. I quite like the potions I have now, plus I don't need to heal, so it's absolutely fine. But you can see we can really stack damage up pretty quickly. So this is one of the ones where I need to draw cards, and you know, we actually get a blade dance, so it's pretty good. So this is where I think like I'll have trouble. I'll have a turn where I just can't do anything. Then that's kind of why I need the blurs to set those turns up, so I can just go, ah look, blur. To the Alchemize as well. So I can kind of get past these turns. But as long as you survive this turn, we'll be fine. Neutralize is really good. That just pretty much cuts the damage in half. Slice. Strike. Blade dance. And now we're already fully defended. I'm just wasting time here now. Now that 32 poison. I've had like ridiculous poison decks before. Expertise, not really something we need. And we'll smith for the last time. At this point we'll smith the Caltrops up. The rest of the stuff kind of already deal with stuff that I want. Alchemize for 0. I think I'm always going to eventually have that one extra thing. Applying 2 weak rather than that could be useful, but I think the Caltrops is better considering the boss we're going into. So, let's go face these 2 duos. So, what do we want to do first? 1,000 Cuts I think is worth setting up. Slice is always worth playing. I want to take this one out first in my opinion. Blade Dance, so we'll go and try and hit that one. And then I need to defend for 10, which I can do with this. And we'll just toss the Acrobatics and make some difference there. Yeah, the Circle of Power bit is the annoying bit. I don't want them to gain like loads of damage, as it were. We'll Adrenaline first, because I think I'm going to need to. I've got to gain the 2 strength, and we'll apply the weakness now. Just to negate that, really, more than anything else. When negate gone is pretty useful, because... play the Caltrops into a backflip. Neutralize again, helps get rid of that. Just calculate gamble now? Draw 3 cards. Like, this is silly, but it does help me scale all of my decks. Because I got like 5 decks and just like 1 defend. Defends me almost fully and calculate gamble because I toss 2, I get those back. Would have loved the blurs, but we practically almost fully defended. Yeah, 13. Yeah, Bouncing Flask. Now they're both gone, so you're going to have poison on you constantly. We'll backflip here. Venom. Into a Blur. A Blur doesn't do anything, even if I wanted to. But it is better than nothing. We shall see. Slice. Acrobatics. Toss the days. Into a neutralize. So I don't need to defend for that much now. Could alchemize here, but I could just block, but then I have a better chance of doing this and getting another block, which I didn't get. Now we can just kill that off. There we go. Looks like a first win, in my opinion. I would have said so, but... The main difference here is the scaling with the shivs, because I got the kunai is pretty much what won me this. And then having the blurs and stuff like that to carry over defensive options for turns where I didn't have them has made a massive difference. Like the card draw, like this deck isn't great, but it wasn't a bad build. Like, We literally are like 1,000 cuts build more than anything else. Like, it is fairly important that we get that card up, if we can. There we go, boss fight done. And I take 52 to make sure. I forgot that existed. But there we go. $829 damage, nice. There we go, straight away got some unlocks as well, so let's see them. Bane, which is kind of nice, Catalyst, which is meh. Corpse Explosion I always find interesting as well. Like just spreading that poison. And we unlocked a new character, which we'll try in the next one. Not really one I played too much of, especially because I mainly played this a lot when it was originally the early access. But there we go. And we have done it with the Silent. So yeah, again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.